What is up, guys? SuperNova here, coming at you with a movie review. The movie that I am going to be reviewing is Spider-Man Homecoming. I was able to catch this movie last week, and now I just kind of want to share my thoughts with you on it. I usually like to wait a few days to a week before I share my thoughts on movies, just so I can let just really take in the film and formulate my thoughts on the film. This is for the most part a non-spoiler review. If I do give away like little plot details, I will definitely tell you that it is a spoiler and give you time to pause the video and not move on. But for the most part, this is a non-spoiler review. Anyways, my thoughts on the film. Let me just say, Kevin Feige, you are a genius. You have created another MCU film that is outstanding. What is this, like 20 for 20? You have not had, in my opinion, a miss. You've had some films better than others. In terms of where Spider-Man Homecoming ranks, it is the best MCU film in my opinion. It is the best comic book film to come out this year. It is better than Logan, Wonder Woman, and Guardians of the Galaxy 2. In case you guys are wondering how I'd rank those, is Spider-Man number 1, Logan number 2, Guardians 3, and Wonder Woman 4. That's just my opinion again. So what makes Spider-Man Homecoming so good? Just from start to finish, this film is a very well thought out film. From the script to the plot to the action, the CGI, the way the story evolves. The villain is not some cheesy villain that you usually get in these comic book movies. He is a very great villain. Michael Keaton is amazing as Vulture. Vulture is the best comic book movie villain since the Joker, in my opinion, since Heath Ledger's Joker in The Dark Knight. So without saying, he's the best villain in the MCU. Why else does this movie work? Tom Holland is Spider-Man. When it comes to the most successful comic book movies or comic book franchises, in my opinion, they rest upon whether the actor or actress really is the character. When you think about Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. Hugh Jackman was able to portray Wolverine for 17 years. Ryan Reynolds is probably going to have his little stint with Deadpool because he is Deadpool. Well, let me tell you, Spider-Man is, Tom Holland is Spider-Man. Like, we have finally gotten the guy who could probably play Spider-Man for the next 20 years. No offense to Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield. So between Tom Holland's character and Michael Keaton and Zendaya, like the three of them really just, they steal the show. If you're wondering about the plot itself, I just, without really giving away too much, this is not your typical Spider-Man origin story. So spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Pause the video if you don't want to hear this. But Uncle Ben is not in this film, or his storyline is not in this film. So don't think like this is the typical Spider-Man Homecoming or Spider-Man origin story. Uncle Ben is not in the film. Number 2, this is not Iron Man 4 either. Iron Man is not really in the film all that much, maybe 10 minutes max. He kind of just like gets the story going, comes in every now and then to keep the story going, but he's not the focal point of this movie, which I am a fan of. One of the reasons why I was kind of hesitant on this film is I was scared this was a typical Spider-Man origin story filled with Iron Man, making it Iron Man 4, Uncle Ben's, you know, continuation or whatever you want to call it. But thankfully, Uncle Ben is not the major, he's not the focal point. He's not the reason why Spider-Man goes on the, typically Uncle Ben is the reason why Peter Parker starts to take his Spider-Man gig more seriously, and that's not the case in this film. Sorry I worded that really weirdly, but hopefully I made my point. In terms of whether I would recommend this film, obviously I've raved about it for the past several minutes, so yes, I would recommend it. I watched this film last week at a screening for free. I'm going to go watch it several times in theaters. Yes, I'm going to pay for this film several times in theaters to watch it. That's how much I loved it. The last film that I did that for was Deadpool. Back in February of 2016. I watched that movie several times in theaters, and I'm going to do the same thing for Spider-Man Homecoming. So my overall rating on the film is a solid 9 out of 10 or an A. Again, this movie just, it gets it right. They get the Spider-Man character right. Kevin Feige is amazing when it comes to bringing the comic book character to the movie screen. He's just a wizard, a god, you name it. 50 years from now, they're gonna be like, wow, Kevin Feige is the guy that, the MCU, he's the guy that created that, and he knew exactly what he was doing. And with Spider-Man Homecoming, it shows, like, the quality from The Amazing Spider-Man to Spider-Man Homecoming. Honestly, if I try to put into words the difference in quality, I would not be doing this film justice. So go watch it. If you had your doubts, this movie lives up to the hype. If you're a comic book fan, you need to see this film. If you're just a Spider-Man fan, see this film. If you are a moviegoer, see this film. This is the second best film I watched this year. The first being Baby Driver. I'll have a review on that in a couple days. But this movie really, really lives up to the hype, and no amount of words that I'm saying in this video are going to do it justice. Just go watch it. Go watch it. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know when you guys watch the movie, or if you already watched it, what you guys think. Do you guys agree this is the best MCU film? Am I over-exaggerating? Am I putting too much, am I making the movie overrated, I guess? Just let me know what you guys think. So again, Spider-Man Homecoming gets a thumbs up from me, solid 9 out of 10, best comic book film of the year, second best movie of the year for me. So go watch it, guys. Again, comment, rate, subscribe to my channel, and see you guys soon. All right, happy 4th of July, guys.